So what are you doing today, Maureen? Well, actually this evening, my elder Kidult and I, we're gonna be making fire cider, but I'm going out to the garden to pick some ginger for it. The ginger isn't quite ready. We should be waiting for the leaves to turn brown, but the great thing is that you can actually eat the leaves of your ginger. And so I think these would actually be great to put into the fire cider as well. Ginger is made up of rhizomes. The root is what we're going for. So we're gonna just dig up a piece here. The longer the ginger root stays in the ground, the better flavor it will have. So I'm just gonna dig around this one here. Looks like these are new shoots that we're gonna grow here. So there is a patch. You can see it had all these wonderful greens, so we got a beautiful piece of ginger here. Look at that. Wow! That's gorgeous. Wow. We also put turmeric in our fire cider. I've never made it before, so I'm going to get a lesson on how to make it. Marissa's always made it in the past. But since my lowly little turmeric is here, I'm gonna pick that too. This was the turmeric bed, but we only got this little bit. This one I had planted early in the spring and then transplanted it in here. And then I did put some turmeric all throughout, but nothing ever took. So let's get that turmeric out. Trying to get underneath it. So not much with the turmeric. Doesn't look like it's developed at all. Huh. I guess I'll take that in too. And that looks like turmeric from other turmeric that I planted. Yeah, it's nice and orange. Guess it was a bust for the turmeric. So now that it's evening, what are we doing today, Marissa?
We're making fire cider for the winter.
Yay! So yes, now that it is fall and it's getting colder, it's fire cider weather.
Fire cider weather.
Yes, I'm so glad to have fire cider weather.
Sweater weather?
Sweater weather.
Sweater.
Fire cider weather.
Fire cider weather.
Marissa has been making fire cider for the last 2 years, and it's absolutely wonderful. And I've never made it, so I have asked her to join me and to show me what to do and to how to make this wonderful concoction. So what is fire cider?
Fire cider is similar to an oxymel. It has a lot of apple cider vinegar. Then we've got our roots, herbs that we add to it. And essentially we use it for kind of colds and flus.
We have a whole bunch of beautiful roots and vegetables. So what do we have on here?
We have our homegrown onions, got some garlic, and in here we have some oregano, and I believe you cut lemon balm for me. We have some turmeric from the garden as well as from the store.
Well, the turmeric is pretty pathetic because you know, when we were digging it up earlier, it was like, it's not really there.
And then we do have some ginger from the garden as well.
Yes, let's look at that. We got a beautiful piece of ginger.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So nice. I do put cinnamon sticks in mine. We've got some jalapenos also from the garden, and then oranges and limes.
You can put any citrus in.
Oh yeah. I tend to use grapefruits, lemons, whatever we have on hand.
Yeah. And then you're gonna put in some ground pepper, and today we're gonna put in some cumin seeds.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the process?
Basically, we're just gonna layer everything inside of these jars and cover it with apple cider vinegar. It's nice and simple, so anybody can do it.
Do we want to be decorative with the items, or?
You can if you want to, if you really want to make it.
No.
But I usually just put the onions, for some strange reason, always go on the bottom.
So we are putting in the ginger leaves because you can eat them. And that's just more nutrients. It smells wonderful. You know, because you can smell the ginger and the orange.
I get wafts of the cinnamon, but that's probably because there's one sitting right on the top there.
Many times yours is much more fuller because you're using big chunks of onion. but I wanted to use the pathetic onion that I grew just because the flavor and the potency of it is really, really good, and putting in the fresh onion. So that's why, so usually you would want to fill it right up.
Yeah.
I was thinking like with the cumin, maybe let's just put cumin in one of them so we can see what the difference is.
For flavor profile? Sure.
Yeah, so how much cumin?
I'd probably put about a teaspoon, if not 2 teaspoons inside of it. We like cumin anyways. Yeah.
So that's gonna be very good.
Yeah.
And then the black pepper.
Yeah, exactly.
So Marissa likes to use the cracked pepper more so than just it already ground. And you want to cut things small so that there's more surface, so that as it's almost like it's a type of ferment.
Yeah, similar to. It just doesn't require any sort of airway to go in or out, which is great.
No, we're just going to be soaking this. So then we're going to do some apple cider vinegar.
Yes.
Which this is homemade.
Yes, and we've done a video on making apple cider vinegar. And so here is the apple cider vinegar.
And we'll post that right here. Woo-hoo!
So we're gonna put a little bit of this inside of it as a starter, and then we will finish off with the store-bought, but both have the mother inside of them.
And there's no measurements.
Nope.
I do find that with these, they do taste a little salad dressing-y to me, and I think it's the onion in it, but the onion is so important. If you have a cold, then you know that onion is actually something that's really, really good for you.
Yeah, and we've actually used it as a preventative for one of my sisters, and actually 2 of my siblings noticed that when they were taking it for a couple of days, that any sort of allergy wasn't affecting them, and that postnasal drip that sometimes happens in hay fever season was not happening either. I absolutely like it. I don't like the flavor, but I like how fast it works and how it finishes. It's not something that takes a while.
So we're gonna let this sit for 6 weeks. So you won't see this finished product yet. We will do another video when we're ready to do that. But when you do the next one, what you're going to do is you're going to take it all out and blend it all with a high-powered blender. And then you're going to strain it, and then that's what we're going to put into the fridge.
Exactly.
So do we need to stir this?
With this one, I think we should. Oh.
Could we put apple in it?
I have done one with apple. Didn't change the flavor profile or anything like that.
So we have our fire cider all ready to go. We're going to put lids on, and then we will be back with this recipe in 6 weeks, and where we will take you through the process of our blending. That's when you're also going to be adding honey to it.
Yes.
So another really good medicinal healing property with the honey. So we will let these sit.
We're going to store them in a dark space for about 6 weeks, and we'll take them out, and that's when we start the next part.
So it's fire cider weather.
Fire cider weather. Fire cider weather.
It's so good that it's fire cider weather. I look forward to seeing you on the next video, which will not be fire cider. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Take care. God bless. Thank you, Marissa.